Do you know that some things you keep near your bed could be silently draining your energy, attracting negativity, or even inviting dark forces into your life? Tonight, I'm going to reveal 7 everyday items that witchcraft practitioners use. Items you must never keep by your bed. Your safety, your peace, and your destiny could depend on this knowledge. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you might shock you and save you. Have you ever stopped to think about the hair on your brush or the fingernails you clip and leave lying around? Most people don't realize this, but in the world of witchcraft, these seemingly harmless things are incredibly powerful tools. Hair and nails are extensions of your own energy, your essence. They carry your DNA, your life force, the very vibration of who you are. That is exactly why they are often used in dark rituals. When someone collects another person's hair or nails, they can connect to that person in ways you might not even imagine, influencing thoughts, emotions, and even physical well-being without the person's awareness. It might sound unbelievable, but think about it logically. Hair and nails grow directly from your body. Every strand, every clipping contains a part of you that is unique. Practitioners of witchcraft know this. They know that by using something as simple as a hair found on the pillow or a nail clipping in a drawer, they can create a bridge to your energy. They can bind, curse, or manipulate in subtle ways while you are completely unaware. And the danger is greatest when these items are kept near you, especially by your bed, where your energy is most exposed, where your defenses are lowest. Many people leave these clippings without a second thought, thinking they are just trash. But in the wrong hands, they become a tool of influence. You might be sleeping peacefully at night, but these objects could be quietly siphoning your energy, causing restless sleep, draining vitality, or even influencing your thoughts and emotions in ways that make you feel off balance. The body, the mind, and even your spirit are linked more intimately than most realize. And when you unknowingly allow someone to have access to these personal fragments, it's like leaving the door open to your private energy. The key here is awareness and action. You don't have to live in fear, but you must be intentional about what you allow into your space. Hair and nails must be disposed of properly, away from your personal environment. Burn them, bury them, or destroy them in a way that severs any energetic link. Never underestimate these simple items. What seems trivial to you can be a powerful tool in the hands of someone who understands how to use energy to influence another. And understand this, it's not always about someone wishing you harm consciously. Energy doesn't lie, it follows intention. Whether it's a ritual, a spell, or just careless energy left behind, these small personal fragments can be exploited. Protecting yourself means respecting your own energy and understanding the invisible connections that exist in ways most people ignore until it's too late. If you want peace, clarity, and safety in your personal sanctuary, start with the basics. Never leave hair or nail clippings lying around, especially near where you sleep. That is the first step to reclaiming your energy and keeping the unseen forces at bay. Have you ever thought about the energy your old clothes or personal belongings carry? Most people assume that once something leaves their body, it's just an object, something meaningless. But in reality, every item you wear, touch, or even borrow absorbs fragments of your energy. Clothes, scarves, jewelry, even the chair you sit on every day. These items become energetic mirrors of your presence. And that is exactly why they are so valuable in witchcraft. Practitioners know that by holding, touching, or even storing personal belongings, they can influence the person connected to those objects, often without ever meeting them. The danger is even greater when these items are left in intimate spaces, like your bedroom. Imagine an old scarf tossed on the bed, or a borrowed shirt lying in the corner. These objects may seem harmless, but they are silent bridges that can carry intentions, thoughts, and energy from outside forces directly into your personal space. When someone with the knowledge of energy manipulation gets hold of these items, they can use them to affect your emotions, your sleep, and even your relationships. It's not about magic tricks you see in movies. It's about subtle influence, a quiet shaping of your life through the things you trust and keep close. Even when the person handling your belongings has no conscious intent to harm, energy is energy. Objects hold vibration, and that vibration can linger long after the original owner is gone. That's why keeping old clothing or personal items that aren't yours, or that you no longer use, near your bed or in your bedroom is dangerous. They might carry intentions you don't want, emotions that are heavy or negative, and even traces of rituals you cannot see. And while you sleep, Your energy is at its most open and vulnerable state. You are literally laying in a space that absorbs everything around it, your subconscious, your vitality, and your aura. Protection starts with awareness. Take stock of what you keep in your bedroom. Ask yourself, does this object belong here? Does it serve my energy, or could it be carrying someone else's influence? Old clothes, shoes, or jewelry that you no longer wear should be removed from your sleeping space immediately. Dispose of them carefully, cleanse your space, and understand that your personal sanctuary is sacred. Anything that carries someone else's energy, even unintentionally, can create subtle blocks, disturbances, or vulnerabilities that you may not recognize until they manifest as fatigue, restless nights, or even tension in your relationships. The truth is, energy is never neutral. It is always moving, always influencing, and always reflecting. Your personal belongings, especially those closest to you, act like conduits, either reinforcing your own power or allowing outside forces to seep in. If you want to protect yourself, your peace, and your potential, the first step is to be mindful of what you allow into your space. Keep only what nourishes you, what elevates you, and what resonates with your energy. Anything else has no place by your bed, and anything else is a risk you cannot afford to take. Candles might seem harmless, even comforting. They flicker softly, fill the room with warmth, and create an ambience of calm. But what most people don't realize is that candles are not just decoration. They are powerful vessels for energy. In witchcraft, candles are often used in rituals to hold intention. The wax, the flame, even the wick can absorb thoughts, emotions, and spiritual energy. Once a candle has been used, its energy doesn't simply disappear. The residue, the leftover wax, the tiny burnt pieces, the unlit remains, can carry the intentions from whatever ritual it was involved in, silently waiting to influence anyone who comes near. Leaving used candles by your bed is more dangerous than most people think. At night, your energy is at its most open and vulnerable. Your subconscious mind is active, your defenses are lowered, and your spirit is unguarded. If a candle has been used in a ritual, intentionally or even unintentionally, the energy it holds can seep into your personal space. It can affect your sleep, cloud your thoughts, create restlessness, or even attract negative energy toward you. And here's the frightening part. It doesn't matter if you don't see anything happen immediately. Energy works quietly, subtly, and often invisibly. By the time you notice the effects, fatigue, anxiety, tension in your relationships, the link has already been established. Some might argue, but I just use candles for relaxation. That is why you must be careful about their source. Not all candles are neutral. Some may have been previously handled, imbued with rituals, or even sold from places where energetic practices were conducted. Every candle carries the potential to hold energy, and energy can influence life. It might be a slow drain on your vitality, a subtle nudge in your thoughts, or even an opening for more dangerous spiritual interference. The simplest act, leaving a used candle near your bed, can create an invisible channel for outside intentions to enter your life. The solution is simple, but it requires awareness. Always dispose of used candles carefully, burn them completely if possible, or cleanse the remaining wax before bringing a candle into your bedroom again. Treat them with respect, as you would any object that can carry energy. Never underestimate the power of residual energy. It is silent, unseen, but incredibly potent. If your goal is clarity, protection, and peace, you must be intentional about every object that enters your sacred space. Remember, safety and energy protection are about awareness and action. Your bedroom is your sanctuary. Every object you keep there has the potential to support or harm you. Candles, in particular, are deceptively powerful. The flame may be beautiful, but the energy it leaves behind can be dangerous if neglected. Be mindful. Protect your energy. Remove anything that could carry the intentions of others, because your peace is worth it, and your spiritual safety depends on it. Crystals and stones are often thought of as purely positive objects, beautiful, natural, and full of healing energy. People place them around their homes, on shelves, or by their beds, believing they will bring protection or balance. But not all crystals are neutral. Some can carry energy from the people who have touched them, charged them, or used them in rituals. In witchcraft, practitioners understand that crystals can be programmed with intention, and once that intention is embedded, it can influence anyone who comes into contact with the stone. That's why keeping crystals by your bed without knowing their history can be more dangerous than you realize. Think about it. A crystal is like a battery for energy. It stores vibrations, memories, and intentions. If a crystal has been handled by someone with negative intentions, it can act as a channel, subtly affecting your energy while you sleep. Your bed is the most personal and vulnerable space in your home. It's where your body restores itself, where your subconscious processes everything you've experienced during the day, and where your spirit is most open. When a charged crystal sits nearby, it is quietly interacting with your energy. You may feel restless, irritable, or even uneasy without understanding why. That unease is the energy making its presence known. It is also important to realize that even crystals bought from a store or given as gifts can carry energy that is not aligned with you. Energy is neutral, but once intention is added, it becomes active. A well-meaning gift could unknowingly carry vibrations that disturb your balance, interfere with your dreams, or leave you feeling drained. This is why awareness is essential. You must know where your crystals come from, who has touched them, and what energy they might be holding. Do not assume that something simply because it looks natural is automatically safe. Protection starts with mindfulness and action. If you want to keep crystals in your bedroom, cleanse them first. There are simple ways to remove unwanted energy. Sunlight, moonlight, salt, or even smoke from sage or incense can help neutralize their vibrations. And never place a crystal near your bed unless you are certain of its energy and purpose. This is about protecting your sanctuary, your sleep, and your spiritual health. Your bed should be a place of restoration, not a portal for outside influence. Ultimately, your energy is your most valuable asset. Crystals are powerful tools, but in the wrong context, they can be dangerous. The key is intentionality, knowing what enters your personal space and how it affects your energy. Do not take chances with your spiritual safety by leaving stones or crystals near your bed without full awareness of their origin or purpose. Protect your space, protect your energy. The invisible forces are always at work, and sometimes the objects we trust the most can be the ones that quietly undermine our peace. Herbs, potions, and other seemingly harmless natural objects are often overlooked, but they are some of the most powerful tools in witchcraft. People think of herbs as mere decoration, fragrance, or health remedies, but in the wrong hands, even the most ordinary herbs can become instruments of manipulation or harm. Witchcraft practitioners understand that plants carry energy, not just life force, but the ability to hold intentions. When an herb is used in a ritual or infused with purpose, it becomes a carrier of that energy. And if these herbs or potions end up near your bed, you are unknowingly inviting their influence into your most personal and vulnerable space. Think about the way you interact with your bedroom at night. This is where your mind relaxes, your body heals, and your spirit restores itself. Anything that carries someone else's intention or energy can interfere with that process. A small bag of dried herbs, a mysterious potion, or even incense left near your bed might seem decorative or harmless, but it could be quietly affecting your sleep, your energy, and your emotional balance. Some herbs are particularly potent in witchcraft. Sage, mandrake, or obscure plants you may not even recognize. They are often used to bind, attract, or manipulate. While you sleep, your energy is open, receptive, and easily influenced, which makes it the perfect time for these objects to act on you. Even if these items were not placed with ill intent, the energy they hold is still active. Objects carry vibrations long after they leave their origin, and the residual energy can create subtle shifts in your mood, your dreams, or even your life circumstances. That is why awareness is so critical. Your personal space is sacred, and you must be careful about what enters it. Herbs, potions, or any substance that has been handled, charged, or ritually prepared by someone else can act as a conduit, linking you to forces you did not invite. Protection is simple but requires vigilance. Never keep herbs or potions by your bed unless you know exactly what they are, where they came from, and whether they have been cleansed. If you want to use them in your space for your own intentions, cleanse them first. Sunlight, moonlight, or smoke can neutralize unwanted energy, ensuring the object serves only your purpose and does not carry outside influence. Anything left near your bed that you did not consciously prepare can interfere with your energy, and the effects are often subtle until the drain becomes noticeable: fatigue, emotional instability, or even repeated nightmares. Your bed should be your sanctuary. It is where you regain strength and clarity. Any item that has been used for spiritual purposes by someone else, Even herbs and potions that appear innocent can quietly disrupt that process. Protecting your energy is about understanding the invisible forces around you and taking action before they influence your life. Remove anything you cannot fully trust, cleanse what you choose to keep, and never allow your sacred space to become a channel for someone else's intentions. Many people underestimate the power of paper, notes, or small objects with writing on them. A simple piece of paper with a name, a date, or a symbol might seem completely innocent, but in witchcraft, these are some of the most direct and powerful tools for influence. Written words hold energy. They capture intention. When someone writes your name on a note, attaches it to a symbol, or even folds it into a small talisman, they are creating a bridge to you. It doesn't matter if you never touch the paper or never see the symbol. Your energy can still be linked, and that connection can be used to manipulate, bind, or curse without your awareness. Now consider where these objects might end up. Often they are left near your personal space, perhaps tucked under a pillow, slipped into a drawer, or placed casually on a nightstand. Your bed is your most intimate space, the place where your body, mind, and spirit are most open. Energy flows freely here. It is the place where your subconscious works, where your dreams process what you've experienced, and where your spiritual defenses are naturally lowered. That is exactly why these objects are dangerous. When a talisman, a note, or a paper with your name is kept near your bed, it can act like a direct line to your energy. The effects might be subtle at first, a restless night, strange dreams, a feeling of heaviness, but over time, the influence grows, shaping your emotions, decisions, and even the course of your life in ways you cannot see. The frightening truth is that you often won't notice anything until the impact becomes undeniable. This is the hidden power of written objects in witchcraft. They act quietly, invisibly, and persistently. The more time they spend near you, the stronger their influence becomes. Energy is patient, and so are those who work with it. Even if there is no malicious intent, an object that has been previously used for ritual or contains someone else's energy can disturb your balance, making you feel drained, uneasy, or even trapped in cycles you cannot explain. Protection starts with awareness and action. Any object with writing, symbols, or names that doesn't belong to you, or whose origin you do not fully trust, should never be near your bed. Dispose of it safely. Burn it if possible. If burning is not an option, at the very least remove it from your space and cleanse the area energetically. Your personal space is sacred, and it is where your energy must remain under your control. Nothing that carries another's intention, whether visible or invisible, should be allowed to infiltrate your sanctuary. Ultimately, safeguarding your energy is not about fear. It is about respect for yourself and for the unseen forces that are always at work. A small piece of paper, a folded note, or a talisman can be deceptively powerful, quietly shaping your life without your knowledge. Protect your space, honor your energy, and never underestimate how objects with written names or symbols can influence your reality when left unchecked near your bed.